The following is a presentation of Santa Monica College.
Welcome to Corsair Pavilion. We're about to rise for the national anthem. You're watching SMC TV. So, nice rendition of our national anthem. Gonzalez-san, Will Polig with you. Welcome SMC TV, California Community College Athletic Association action. SMC tonight plays host to Glendale City College. It is the Corsairs and the Vaqueros going at it. Will Polig, let me bring you in right now. Coach Lydia Strong of Santa Monica, she knew it was going to be a rebuilding year this year. They went 2-10 in conference last season, had one player remaining, but it's actually been a little more dire than even she expected.
Yes, it has. They've definitely bitten that injury bug this year. They had 6 players play last week in a very tough game for them. When you have injuries, it's very hard to grow, but I mean, this team's showing a lot of maturity. They're staying positive. They're staying with the philosophy.
Specifically, their injuries include their best player, Imani Holloway. She'd averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds over the first 14 games of the season. They've been without her the last 2, now for the 3rd game straight. Somebody's going to have to step up and fill out that slack.
Yeah, Shannon Yon should be stepping up here. They're expecting a big game from her, as well as great. She's got to step in and she's got to take over this game. It's key for this team to win. If she steps up, she has to take this game over.
So the starters for the Corsairs, it'll be Ezra Killican in the backcourt, the 5'4 freshman, Ankara Turkey, Billiken High School. Jamila Grant, 5'8 freshman, Inglewood High School, Los Angeles, California. Shannon Yan, also a 5'8 freshman, Culver City High in Culver City. Tony Truitt, the 5'10 freshman, View Park High School out of Los Angeles. And Ashley Scott, 5'6 freshman, Crenshaw High in Los Angeles. Killican, Great, Yan, Truitt, and Scott. For the Vaqueros of Glendale, they're coached by Carrie Miller in her 4th season. Brenda Balbuena in the backcourt, a freshman from Huntington Park, joined by Elise Mejia, a freshman from Garfield. Gabriela Beltran, the sophomore from Roosevelt. Samantha Pyros, freshman from Village Christian High. And Jessica Sanchez, 5'9 freshman, also from Roosevelt High. The Vaqueros come in 10-8, 1-1 in league play. The Corsairs, they're 5-11, 0-1 in league play. They're led, as I mentioned, by Lydia Strong in her 13th season here at Santa Monica College. So Tony Truitt about to jump it up against Gabriela Beltran. Glendale in the dark jerseys, the home whites worn by the Corsairs. Into the front court, banked up. No good, rebound to Glendale. Now, Will, Glendale, they're going to try to push the pace, and they try to do it early, and we got a turnover.
Great steer there by Killican.
Killican, she's a shooter, and she's a handler. She's going to try to get everybody involved. Foul line extended. The ball goes down into the near corner for Scott. Tries to skip it out, and that's Glendale's game. They turn you over, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to work on the perimeter a little bit better with the ball, try to get that low post game going.
Beltran playing catch out front with Balbuena. Down low underneath. That's Pyros, the freshman from Village Christian with the bucket. She averages 12 points a game. Here's Santa Monica. Jamila Great misses off the back iron. The ball rolls out, grabbed by Tony Truitt, so a fresh 30 for Santa Monica.
Great hustle for that ball.
Here's Yan, Shannon Yan, nice pass inside to Grant. Great now down on the left block, trying to get help. She's double teamed. 5-second call, the ball will go over to Glendale.
Yeah, the team's got to do a better job coming over and giving her some assistance over there.
Glendale induces 28 turnovers a game, and they like to play fast and play strong. 2-0, Glendale leads Santa Monica as we're under 19 minutes to play in the first half. Baseline, the ball goes down to Pyros, kicks it out on the right side. This is Beltran, throws it up, won't finish, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Yep. Talking to the coach of Glendale earlier, she said that Gabrielle Beltran is the key to this game. She's going to have to step up and play big for them.
Sophomore from Roosevelt, averaged 9.7 points and 7.3 rebounds per game. Coming into the game, 58% free throw shooter is Beltran. She eyes the rim here.
Such a key part of the game is free throws.
Both these teams played 2 close games last year. Santa Monica lost at Glendale by 2, having missed 10 free throws. And she misses them both. She's missed 8 straight free throws against the Corsairs, 0 of 6 in the game here last year, left to right. Here's Killican, right wing on the near side. Double team, they're gonna do that to you. Very active is Glendale, as you can see right there, but Ezra comes away with it to a cutting great on the baseline, and the ball will go over to Glendale.
Good eye to find the player there, but you got to keep your feet in bounds. You got to be aware of where you are on the court at all times.
Glendale they're going to push the pace. Santa Monica's going to try to slow it down, so it'll be a battle of tempo as Pyros goes down underneath and gets fouled. The foul will go on Jan. Second team foul on the Corsairs, the first on Jan. And we'll see Pyros at the free throw line. 67.5% free throw shooter on the year, 52 of 77. 5'10 freshman, Village Christian High in Sun Valley. And 0 for 3 from the line so far is Glendale.
Not a good start. That could be very, very good for Santa Monica College. They could be getting in their heads a little bit. You missed the free throws in the beginning. It's hard to build upon.
And that's a violation on Jan. She misses the free throw. She'll get a third free throw. Will Samantha Pyros. Pyros wears 23. Glendale in the dark jerseys with the gold numerals. Corsairs in the home whites with the navy blue. And 1 for 3, although the second one won't count due to the violation. So an opportunity cashed in by Pyros, 3-0. And here's the full court press from Glendale. Middle of the floor, the ball's knocked away and stolen, but recovered by Killican. He'll get it to Great. Great driving to the basket. Nice pass to Jan, but off her hand, she couldn't handle it. And this game playing out the way Glendale wants it. They want an up and down helter-skelter game, Will.
Yeah, they're definitely playing their game plan. Their scheme is really coming into play right here.
3-0 Vaqueros.
Santa Monica seems to be really rushing their shots and like rushing their sets.
Traveling called in front there on Jessica Sanchez. So the turnover goes this time to Santa Monica. 17:59 to play first half. It's 3-0 Glendale. Ghazal Hassan, Will Polig with you on SMC TV. Thanks for joining us. Corsairs 0-1 in conference play. The Vaqueros 1-1. Both teams were 2-10 last year. Nice job breaking the press, but they can't finish on the end as Truitt's layup rolls out. Hard break.
Yeah, Santa Monica just has to stay focused. They need to keep attacking the rim and just keep going.
Balbuena with a cross-court pass. She gets the ball back. She'll launch 3. Wow, got it. Brenda Balbuena on the year shoots 28% from beyond the arc, but drills that one. 6-0 run to start the game for Glendale, and a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, Santa Monica needs to slow this pace down a little bit. 6-0, not hard to come back from, but they do seem to be rushing into their baskets quite a bit here.
That foul is on Balbuena, the first team foul on Glendale. Middle of the floor, the ball goes to Jan, lobs it ahead for Great. Great stops outside the paint, she'll step back, and she'll drain that one.
Great hesitation shoot there by Jan.
Glendale quickly back right to left. Here's Brenda Balbuena holding the ball, foul line extended, gets it off to Beltran. Beltran puts the ball on the floor into the lane, and she'll draw the foul. No, she won't. She'll get called on a travel.
See, Santa Monica has the size here. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gone into the post game.
They definitely want to slow it down, Will, 6-2, but Glendale's really been pressing from the outset. Here's Cullican, middle of the floor to Thomas. Truitt gets it over to the outside. Running up the floor was Ashley Scott, and this time we will get a foul. Second team foul on Glendale. Inbounding the basketball will be Ashley Scott, as we see there. Great with a bounce pass right back to Scott. The ball loose. Here's Jan with it, trying to shovel it underneath, but stolen by Glendale. And this is the Vaqueros game. They just push the basketball right to left. They're going to push it at you, and they're going to try to run it up and down. Right wing, here's a three from Balbuenos. Misses it, but there's a foul on the play, and she'll get free throws. So the foul on Jamila Great, the freshman from Inglewood, and they needed her to step up.
Yeah, that was an off-the-ball foul, so they'll rebound it or inbound it in.
Nice pass from Mejia underneath. That's Pyros who misses the layup. Gets the offensive rebound, free throw line, the ball goes to Sanchez. Sanchez over to Beltran, not before she traveled. And the ball will go over to Santa Monica. 16:36 to play first half. Corsairs trail 6-2 against the Vaqueros of Glendale. Jan leaves the game. We'll get our first look at Morgan Delgado. Delgado, the freshman from the Boston area. Full court pressure by Glendale. Here's Delgado. 5'10 freshman, St. Peter Marian High, handling in the middle of the floor. Across into the front court is Ashley Scott. Tries to whip it across, but it's stolen. Long pass ahead, Beltran streaking. She can't keep it in bounds. So a little bit of a slop going back and forth here. 6-2, Glendale leads.
Yeah,
Santa Monica definitely wants to slow this game down well.
Absolutely. I know these players, they want to be aggressive. They want to attack the rim, but you can't make bad decisions with passing the ball like that. If it's not there, you got to turn it around and take it out and set up your scheme.
So the timeout on the floor, fourth team foul. It'll go on Tony Truitt. Truitt, the 5'10 freshman from View Park High in L.A. Bree Nelson has missed the last 2 games for Santa Monica, Will. She's expected to play today, did not start, had a bit of an ankle injury, averaging 10 points a game in 14 games. She'll make up a little bit for the loss of Amani Holloway for the Corsairs.
Yeah, they don't want to rush her back in coming off that ankle injury. They're seeing how she was pregame. Coach Strong said she's going to get some playing time, but they're going to take it slow. They don't want to hurt her long term.
Our officials tonight, Dana Pies, Lisa Scott, and Jeff Whiteman. That's the officiating crew here tonight at the Corsair Pavilion. 16:19 to play in the first half. It's 6-2, Glendale leading Santa Monica. Out of the timeout, it'll be Glendale basketball. On the floor for Santa Monica, Jamila Great, Ezra Kulikan, Tony Truitt back out there, along with Ashley Scott and Morgan Delgado. That's the 5 on the floor for the Corsairs. Here's Beltran left of the basket on the baseline. She'll inbound. Quick catch and shoot. Pyros is short off the right side.
Great rebound.
Tony Truitt boxes out. Corsairs into the front court. Here's Scott. Scott guarded by Mejia. High screen coming. Scott will pull up from 19. Rattles the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, but knocked away and taken away by Glendale. Mejia ahead to Pyros. Pyros on the baseline, out of control. Wrap it around, stolen by the Corsairs. Jamila Great off to Kulikan from Ankara. She's a shooter, Will.
She has great ball handling skills. She can pull the shot up whenever. She can cut. She's got all the right moves.
A little globetrotter move right there. Gets the ball out to Scott, skips it across the other side. There's Jamila Great with a bucket, and that's a good thing for the Corsairs. Get her going.
Great ball movement there. Way to find the open players.
Glendale opens the game on a 6-0 run. Now the Corsairs on a 4-0 run of their own. Free throw line. Here's Pyros with 15, and she got it. Samantha Pyros entered the game averaging 12 points a game and gives Glendale an 8-4 lead. Full court pressure by the Vaqueros. Look at Kulikan break the press almost by herself, but she's turned over. Here's Balbuena. Dishes off to Mejia. Won't finish, but she'll go to the line.
It's a good foul right there. Don't want to give up free baskets.
Make him own it, right? Make him earn it from the free throw line. Glendale hasn't shot from the free throw line well today. They're just 1 of 4. Mejia bricks that one. It's 1 of 5. On the year, the Vaqueros shoot 57% from the free throw line. So if the Corsairs can exploit that, they should.
Well, they're playing a very good defensive game so far. I mean, they're not given great opportunities. Half the baskets, they've been garbage shots. So
Mejia 1 of 2. She's a 72% shooter on the season. And here's the full court plus for Glendale. 9-4, Glendale leads Santa Monica. Corsairs break the press. Here's Jamila Great, offensive foul.
So I don't like that play right there. You got to wait for reinforcements.
6th team foul on the Corsairs, so we're just 5 minutes in. The next foul by Santa Monica, Glendale will be shooting. That may work to the Corsairs' favor, though, Will.
They are definitely struggling from the free throw line.
Balbuena, the three from the right wing, is no good, but offensive rebound, back up and in by Sanchez. Got a box out there.
And that's where they're going to miss Holloway, is those defensive and offensive rebounds.
Our first look at Bria Nelson, freshman from Moreno Valley, Rancho Verde High School, has missed the last 2 games because of an ankle injury. Last time she played was on December 28th at Fullerton, had just 3 points in 35 minutes. 11-4 Santa Monica trails. We've played about 5.5. Here's Jan. Jan skips it to Nelson. Nelson into the painted area, puts it up and in.
Nice move.
Ankle looks okay to me, Will.
It does, and that's what this team has been missing.
Wild pass. I don't know if that was deflected or not. They're going to say it stays with Glendale. 11-6, the Corsairs trailing by 5.
Nelson is a great closer at the basket.
Anna Tonga enters the game for Glendale. She's a 5'7" freshman from Birmingham High in Los Angeles. 11-6 the score. Glendale by 5. Inbound pass goes into the corner for Mejia. Mejia left wing on the near side, skips it to the right side. Handle there by Celine Gomez. Left wing on the near side, here's Mejia dribbling top of the circle. Back to Gomez. Gomez, middle post. Oh, nice move by Beltran, but she traveled. Too nice a move. So Beltran with the travel, the ball goes back over to Glendale. 11-6, 5-point lead for Glendale over Santa Monica. They go back to that full court press. Delgado across to Nelson. Nelson into the front court with a nice move. Nelson back near that midcourt logo.
There we go. All right.
Tries to get it over to Great, but it's stolen and it'll go right to left. On the steal is Anna Tonga. Into the near corner, here's 3 from Celine Gomez. Off the back iron, bounds out. Offensive rebound, battled for. Gomez scoops it over. Actually, Tonga scoops it over to Beltran, who's fouled.
They're playing really good defense inside the paint. That was a great find there in the corner, that pass. It's a shame didn't go down.
I guess there was no foul because no foul went up. It's just out of bounds. Inbound play. They missed the layup and rebound Delgado for Santa Monica. Ashley Scott, 5'6" freshman out of Crenshaw. She's running the offense for the Corsairs, being guarded by Elsie Mejia. Right down the lane, but can't finish. Glendale in the open floor. They're running in transition. Here's Mejia stopping the baseline. Oh, nice job by Nelson getting over there, knocking the ball away out of bounds. Celine Gomez was waiting there, but Bree Nelson got there for the Corsairs. It'll stay with Glendale.
The Santa Monica team has no lack of effort on their team.
Here's Beltran. They're going to call a block on Santa Monica. The foul will go on Morgan Delgado. 7th team foul on the Corsairs, the first on Delgado. And this will be 2 shots.
7 minutes in, and Glendale is already in the bonus.
That's her first attempt, or first make from the free throw line. She's 1 for 3 today. 1 of her last 9 from the line against the Corsairs, and she misses the second one. 12-6, and now a turnover.
It's
Mejia, return pass over to Beltran, and she travels.
Simple fundamental mistakes here by the Corsairs.
The byproduct of Glendale playing so fast is they're turning the Corsairs over, but they're committing quite a few turnovers on their own, Will.
And they're not finishing at the free throw line. I mean, if you're going to play fast, you're going to get the penalties, but you got to capitalize on those penalties.
Nelson to Great. Nice pass, but can't finish. Jan fighting for the rebound, a whistle and a foul. So the foul goes on Anna Tonga for Glendale, and it'll be Corsair basketball. They trail 12-6, 12:41 to play here in the first half. Entering the game is Marissa DeSiga, the freshman from Glendale High. On the baseline, Jan takes the inbound from Nelson. She's into the lane. Underneath for Great, who lays it up and can't finish. Trying to go back up again, blocked again. Great still fumbling for the basketball. A whistle and a held ball. It'll go over to Glendale.
That's a great find, but she's not making them at the basket. You got to finish through.
Jamila Great is getting to the rim, Will, but she's not able to finish. If she's able to finish, we may have a tie game here. Right now, as it stands, it's 12-6 Glendale.
It's like the third or fourth shot that she's missed from point-blank range.
Tonga Mejia. Mejia dribbling it. She gets taken down in the lane, and it'll be a foul on the Corsairs, and we'll shoot 1+1. Elsie Mejia, the freshman from Garfield High, goes to the free throw line. 72% free throw shooter. She's 1 of 2 earlier today. Will need to make the first one to get a bonus. Bends the knees, and she'll get a bonus.
Yeah. Santa Monica's going to have to start being careful here with fouls. They're already at 8 fouls, and we're still at 12-17 remaining in the first half.
13-6 Glendale. Mejia's second free throw is true. She's 3 of 4 from the line, and now here comes the press on the made basket. Nelson up the right sideline. She'll weave around in the middle of the floor. It's deflected, but Santa Monica retains possession. Here's Great again. Jamila nearly traveled there. Gets it back outside to Scott. And Scott loses the basketball, but was deflected by Mejia. It'll stay with Santa Monica. Killican back in. Bria Nelson will stay in. Delgado will leave the floor. Interesting move here. Lydia Strong's going to go small and try to match Glendale's quickness.
2 really good ball handlers here in Killigan and in Nelson.
Jan loses the ball on the floor, taken away by Glendale. Here's Tonga, middle of the floor. Ahead, and there's Killican there like a defensive back, making that play. Killican, middle of the floor, left to right. Into the corner for Nelson. She'll launch 3. Graces the front of the rim, no good. Rebound Mejia.
They don't want to give her too many of those wide open shots because she could get on fire.
Mejia coast to coast has the ball knocked away. It'll stay with Glendale. And we'll get a substitution from Glendale off the bench and entering the game, Susie Petrosian. Actually, Susie Petrosian in back along with Brenda Balbuena for Glendale. Balbuena, 5'7" freshman behind Huntington Park. Petrosian, 5'4" freshman from Grant. Lob deep, run down by Tonga. Here's Balbuena. Left-handed dribble. Petrosian, bounce pass into the paint. Pyros pulls it up, too high off the glass. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Marissa DeSiga. 10-point lead for Glendale, their largest of the game, 16-6.
Santa Monica better get their defensive rebounding in order because that could kill them in this game.
16-6, a 10-point deficit for the Corsairs, but some missed free throws by Glendale have worked in the Corsairs' favor. A couple of buckets and a stop. You're right back in this one, and a foul. That's going to go on DeSiga, trying to defend Bree Nelson.
Yeah, and with how badly Glendale's shooting free throws, this could easily be a 20-point lead right now. Santa Monica College is really lucking out that they have not been sharp at the line.
Nicole Papelis checks in for Glendale, sophomore from Portland, Oregon, where she prepped at Central Catholic. Ashley Scott trying to inbound for Santa Monica, needs some help and doesn't get it. 5-second call, and that's just inexcusable, Will.
You have timeouts for a reason. If you're not going to get the ball in, you have to know what's going on the court. You need to know the time. You need to know the shot clock. You need to know all that stuff. That's just
part of the byproduct of having so many freshmen. All freshmen on the Santa Monica roster except for Amani Holloway, but Holloway injured, sitting out this game with an injury. Top of the circle, Balbuena. Outside left, Petrosian. Balbuena in front, back out to Petrosian, little 2-player game. They go down to the baseline for DeSiga. It's knocked out of bounds.
Santa Monica's playing pretty good defense here.
This is what the Corsairs would prefer, Will. They'd prefer to get Glendale into a half-court game. DeSiga, Balbuena. DeSiga in the corner. She'll take a shot. It's too strong. Rebound, Bree Nelson. Nelson, middle of the floor. Flying left to right. Outside left, Scott. They'll reset with Kulikan. Scott for Santa Monica. Here's Nelson. Nelson down the left side of the lane is rejected. The ball loose on the floor, scrambling for it. Nelson comes away with it and taken away by Jan. Shannon Jan outside left for Bree Nelson. And Nelson to the lane.
Down to 1.
Won't finish, but she'll go to the line. So we'll get a foul on Glendale, and it'll be 2 shots for Bree Nelson. And I bet you Lydia Strong's happy to have her back.
Absolutely. That ankle took her out last week. They did not have a very good game last week. and that's a big reason why, because she wasn't in there playing.
Nelson makes the first free throw on the year. She shoots 51% from the free throw line. And to not have both her and Imani Holloway was really putting Santa Monica behind the 8 ball, Will.
When you have to run with 6 players, I mean, you're just going to get winded. And especially when you have a young team like that, it's just a recipe for disaster.
She makes them both 16-8, and then Petrosian from the right wing for 3. Petrosian, three-point shooter, drains that one. Her first 3 of the year makes it 19-8 Glendale. Glendale by 11. Balbuena in the middle of the floor, foul line extended. Free throw line, the ball goes to Sanchez. Sanchez tries the wraparound pass, but nobody's there. Deflected by a Corsair. It'll stay with Glendale. 9:57 to play first half, 19-8. Glendale leads Santa Monica. Sanchez, catch and shoot. Can't finish, but it'll stay with Glendale.
They're attacking the basket pretty good, and they're finding the open player beyond the arc.
Balbuena underneath, reverse layup, no good. Rebound Shannon Yan for Santa Monica. Nelson for the Corsairs, middle of the floor. Breaks it down off the dribble. Crossover, nice move. That's a little Iverson move off to Great, and she can't buy a bucket. Jamila Great is just having no luck today.
That's like the 5th in a row that she's missed under there. I mean, you have to finish at the rim. You have to. I mean,
I give credit to Great. She's getting to the basket. She just hasn't been able to cash it in.
Just as much as the free throws are hurting in Glendale, the Corsairs they're a point behind if she's make even half of these baskets.
Got to finish those bunnies, huh? Right of the basket on the baseline. Here's Nelson. She'll inbound for Santa Monica into the corner.
But you can't be afraid to shoot. You got to keep attacking, keep attacking.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's getting to the basket. Got to keep doing it. Deflected. The ball loose on the floor. That's what you like to see. The Corsairs will keep it an alternate possession. The Corsairs, although they're down 11 and they've not had great fortunes this year, they're still hustling, getting after those loose balls.
And they believe in themselves. This team believes that they are capable of winning on any given day. Which
Nelson into the corner for Scott. Scott left of center. The ball goes to Great. Ezra Killican. She'll launch. And the rim has been unkind to Santa Monica. Rebound Petrosian for Glendale. Got away with a travel there to Beltran. Down into the corner, Balbuena. Baseline Petrosian. Can't finish. And a foul. The foul will be on Ezra Killican, the freshman from Ankara, Turkey.
One more foul, and Glendale will be in the double bonus.
Going to the free throw line is Petrosian for Glendale. She's the freshman from Grant, 1 of 3 from the free throw line on the year, limited sample. She makes the first free throw, second one on the way, averaging 1.2 points a game. Just plays about 8 minutes a game.
She's been looking really good beyond the arc, too.
And make it 2 for 2, and all of a sudden Glendale hitting their free throws. They push the lead out to 13. Full court pressure, but Bree Nelson dribbles through it. Off to Scott, who lays it up and can't finish. Here's Great, and she gets a bounce finally.
Way to clean up, way to hang in there, get that offensive board and put it in.
Jamila Great has started all 17 games for the Corsairs this year and gets the bucket there. 21-10, 11-point lead for Glendale. Here's 3 from Balbuena. It's off the left side, no good. Here's Nelson with the rebound for Santa Monica. Whips it ahead for Great in transition. Nice length of the floor pass. Again, she can't finish, but she goes to the free throw line.
Yeah. You got to finish that. This could be 3 points instead of 2 points, potentially.
Get a look at Carrie Miller, the head coach for Glendale, up off the bench, and we'll get a timeout on the floor with 8:38 to play. 21-10, Glendale leads Santa Monica. And really, Santa Monica has had opportunities in close, Will, but they just haven't been able to cash them in.
Yeah, you got to finish. Like, no one's going to finish for you. They're messing up on their end with the free throws. If you can't take care of your side of the bargain,
Coming into the game, offense had been a problem for Santa Monica in 16 games, averaging under 60 points a game, shooting just 33% from the floor. Glendale averaging 66 points a game. They're not much better. They shoot 34% from the floor, but they tend to get more of their buckets in transition, and they've been doing that here against the Corsairs. 8:38 to play, 21-10, Santa Monica trails by 11. We already mentioned Imani Holloway, leading scorer for Santa Monica, will not play tonight, so players have to step up.
Yeah, she's averaging just over 15 points a game, but The good thing about Santa Monica College is they have several players that average like 9 points a game and higher. So scoring, it's a shame to be missing 15 points off the court, but they can make up for it. They just have to stay true to their game and finish at the rim and keep attacking. They can't get a negative vibe from missing shots. Just keep attacking the rim.
You look at Jamila Great, and Bria Nelson. Those are the two players that need to step up for Santa Monica. Morgan Delgado back in for the Corsairs. Delgado, the 5'10 freshman, St. Peter Marian High in Boston, Massachusetts. On the floor, Shannon Yan joins Ashley Scott and Ezra Killican.
Yeah, I like the flow of the team when they had two ball handlers on the court, and Killigan and Nelson, pardon me.
And that one rolls off for Jamila. On the year, a 64% free throw shooter. Jamila Great, 5'8 freshman, Los Angeles, California. She prepped at Englewood High.
They need her to step up for
Second
Santa Monica College to pull this.
And she's 1 for 2. 21-11, lead down to 10 for Glendale. Brenda Balbuena in the front court, the freshman, Huntington Park. Ball goes around the perimeter, back to Balbuena, free throw line. The ball goes to Nicole Papoulos, who's just checked in. Balbuena, left wing near side Gomez. Ball going around the perimeter. So this is what Santa Monica wants Glendale to have to do. Zone look for the Corsairs. 3 from Balbuena, no good. Rebound, corralled by Shannon Yan. Here's Ashley Scott in the open floor, all the way to the cylinder. A little bit out of control. Morgan Delgado keeps it alive for Santa Monica. Yan with the 3, can't finish. Rebound, Brenda Balbuena for Glendale.
Yeah, Scott's going to wish
nearly
he was on the
carried that
court
one.
for that shot.
Gomez. Petrosian. Balbuena down underneath the free throw line. She'll back off. High post, left wing 3 from Petrosian. That's too wild. Rebound comes down to Shannon Yan.
Glendale's getting a little cold out there. A couple of shots in a row they've
21-11
missed.
Glendale. Tick down to 7 minutes remaining. Delgado tries to skip it out, but it's stolen. Celine Gomez, freshman out of Roosevelt. Outside right, Petrosian. Back to Gomez. Balbuena moves to the left side. Glendale leads 21-11, 14 on the shot clock.
Great read there by Killigan. Almost came up with that steal. 5 left in the shot clock.
High post, Beltran down the right side of the lane. Did not hit the rim, so the shot clock will not reset. It'll stay with Glendale, but they'll need to get a shot off in 1 second, Will. Gomez leaves Elise Mejia back for the Vaqueros of Glendale.
Need a quick shoot and pass
Beltran,
and shoot.
catch and shoot for Petrosian. Oh, wow. I hope she called bank, Will. Three-pointer is good. 24-11 Glendale. The ball rolling on the baseline. Great trying to save it, but can't. The ball goes over to Glendale.
I don't know what Santa Monica's thinking here. They got to slow the pace down.
Down 13, and Glendale, a team that likes to push the pace. 2-3 look for Santa Monica in the half court.
I mean, I understand sometimes you attack the strength of the other team, but their strength is clearly being their strength here tonight.
Killican fouls Balbuena, so double bonus time, and it's going to be 2 shots for Brenda Balbuena, the freshman behind in Park. 60% free throw shooter, coming in 30 of 57. Averages 6.2 points and 4.1 rebounds in about 24 minutes a game. And that first one is a brick, 24-11. Both teams kind of in a similar situation, Will, in that a lot of freshmen seeing a lot of minutes for both Santa Monica and for Glendale.
A good growing experience for these young players.
And that one rolls in, so 1 of 2 for Balbuena. It's 25-11. 14-point lead for Glendale. Bree Nelson up the right side, getting some help in the backcourt from Ashley Scott. Jamila Great, down to the basket, circles back, terminates her dribble. Trying to skip it back out, nearly backcourt, but Ashley Scott does a nice job running it down. Scott now breaking down off the dribble. 10 to shoot, and a bailout foul there from Glendale.
Yeah, Santa Monica's want to try to keep this game at about 10 going in the half.
6 minutes to play. You can shave a little bit off. Yeah, single digits would be great. 8th team foul on Glendale, so now 1-and-1 upcoming for Ashley Scott, the freshman from Crenshaw. Ashley, 57.5% free throw shooter on the year. That one misses.
Great
stolen
steal,
back by
steal.
Scott, trying to keep it in. Oh,
Her foot was on the line.
I thought it was a foul perhaps on Papoulis, but no, she on the line before she saved it back in, so the ball will go to Glendale.
It's like the 3rd or 4th time that Santa Monica's lost the ball, the foot on the line. You got to know where you are on the court.
3 from Mejia off the back iron, and here's Nelson in transition. Does not have the numbers, has to slow it down. The reverse layup, can't finish, but she'll go to the line.
I like that she slowed the ball down. She didn't try to attack. She waited for reinforcements, went in there, got the foul.
Nelson definitely seems to have the spring back in her step off that ankle injury. She's taking the ball to the cylinder aggressively.
Yeah, apparently the problem was their shoes are too grippy.
Nelson's first free throw is good. Shoots 51% on the year, but seems like she has a good stroke from the free throw line. 25-12 the score, under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Second shot upcoming.
And I'm sure coming back from the injury, you're going to be a little rusty. She'll get back in the flow.
She makes them both.
She looks like she hasn't missed a beat, how she's playing tonight.
She's giving him a lift for sure. Free throw line, Pyros. Left wing Mejia for Glendale. The ball's deflected and stolen.
Great D, great D.
Opposite teams. Carrie Miller plays 10 players for Glendale. You notice they get in the lanes. They're very active with both their feet and with their hands. Santa Monica, because of their lack of depth, they have to kind of sit back in the zone, but they're also very active in those passing lanes.
Yeah, they condense. They condense very well and attack the inside the paint. I mean, if you're going to beat them, you're going to beat them from outside.
10th team foul, so Morgan Delgado will get 2 shots, and she drains the first one. She's 8 of 14 on the year. Played 39 minutes back on the 8th of January against Citrus. Did not score a point, Will, but she grabbed 11 rebounds in that one. And that one's going to be short. She's 1 for 2, and the ball will go back over to Glendale. 25-14, Vaqueros lead the Corsairs. 5:32 remaining in the first half. Gazal Hassan, Will Polig along with you on SMC TV.
And Santa Monica's starting to get some of these foul calls, too. Fouls are now even at 10 apiece.
High post, Pyros turns and faces, triple teamed. Petrosian with a 19-footer, no good. Shannon Yan with the rebound, nearly lost it. Now she's double-teamed in the corner. And Delgado helping out, they get it ahead to Nelson.
Last couple possessions, Santa Monica's done a really great job of closing in those defensive rebounds.
And Nelson will go to the free throw line. Gets bumped out there in front before she could even make a move to the basket. So if Santa Monica can start making their free throws here, well, they get themselves back in this one.
Yeah, the rule of thumb in college sports is you got eat at the lead. You don't got to get all back in one set. You're going to go on runs. Just get the pieces you need when you have the chance to.
Nelson has made her last 3 free throws, and definitely after having missed the last 2 games, she's giving Coach Lydia Strong's team a big lift here.
And more importantly, it looks like Santa Monica's starting to get in a little bit of a groove. They're getting their game back.
Misses the second free throw, the lead back to 10 for Glendale. Big sequence for the Corsairs if they can get a stop. Ball goes to the left side for DeSiga. Down inside for Pyros, who loses the basketball on the travel.
The Corsairs defense is looking like it's starting to aggravate Glendale a little bit.
Glendale is a different team when they have to play the half court. They're not particularly patient because they're used to playing that fast pace.
Yeah, and that's when your strength becomes a weakness.
Nelson to Delgado, baseline jumper is good. 25-17, single-digit lead. Corsairs back in the zone. 2-3 look. Frustrating Glendale. Here's Mejia looking to find the seam. Mejia playing catch with Gomez. Here's Petrosian for 3. Back iron bounds out. Rebound taken down by Shannon Yan for Santa Monica. And here's Bree Nelson left to right. Back to Yan. Yan tries to get a high post but knocked away. And this is what Glendale wants to do. They want to push. Pyros too high off the glass. Good defensive rebound by the Corsairs. Nice job there. Look. Extra pass to Nelson for the layup.
Way to not be selfish there for Yan. Wait for your help. Find Nelson. Bing, bang, boom.
Timeout, Carrie Nelson. This lead that was once 14 is all the way down to 6, 25-19. I like what Santa Monica has done defensively, getting back in that zone and forcing Glendale to make some jump shots.
Yeah, they're going on a pretty good run here. We were just talking like how they need to get this game into single digits, and look, lo and behold, they're down by 6 with 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
8 straight points for the Corsairs have trimmed this lead. It was once 25-11. It's now 25-19.
And, you know, Santa Monica's finishing at the free throw lines more so than Glendale is.
Well, Glendale missed 4 of 5 free throws early, and that may come back to haunt them later. Remember, last time these two teams met here, Santa Monica won the game by 8, and Glendale missed 10 free throws.
But with that said, Santa Monica needs to be careful on watching their fouls, their players, because they are playing with a short bench.
Middle of the floor, here's Mejia right to left. Bounce pass over to Celine Gomez. Gomez takes a dribble. Back to Mejia between the rings, outside right, Petrosian. Mejia, back to Gomez. High post, Sanchez lobs it inside, deflected, and taken away by Santa Monica. Good low post defense in the half court for the Corsairs. This is Ashley Scott, the freshman from Crenshaw, trying to keep that Curly Neal dribble alive. They're going to say she discontinued.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that call. It didn't look like she had 2 hands on the ball. At practice, their dribbling that they work on, it's pretty amazing. I was sitting here watching them practice. Their ball handling skills are pretty good.
Elsie Mejia lays it up and in. The freshman guard from Garfield breaks an 8-0 Santa Monica run. 27-19, Corsairs trail by 8. Nelson takes the pass. Here's Jan, thinks about 3, trying to get it into Grant, and she does. Grant to the basket. She finally makes one of those bunnies.
Let's hope that Sparks plugs her to make some more. I mean, I love her confidence to keep going at the shot, not afraid to shoot.
Petrosian for 3, too strong. Jan has been really just cleaning the glass for Santa Monica. I've been impressed with her, Shannon Jan, the freshman from Culver City, and she gets fouled, and now she'll shoot on the other end. And as you said, they've whittled this lead down, Will.
Just taking what the court's given them. They made mistakes early, being too fast, you know, being a little too aggressive, and now they're taking their shots where they are.
27-21, and Shannon Jan will go to the free throw line. Shannon shoots 61% on the year, 20 of 33. Last time last time Santa Monica played, she had 35 minutes against Citrus, 4 points and 8 rebounds. Eyes the rim for the first free throw. Back iron bounds out. Last game for Glendale, they lost 71-63 against Citrus back on January 11th, but they'd won 4 straight prior to that in 6 of their last 8. 1 of 2 for Shannon Jan. 27-22 lead is down to 5 for Glendale. Here come the Vaqueros right to left. Papoulis, ball back to Mejia. Down the lane goes DeSiga. Offensive foul.
Good call, good call. I was afraid they were going to call that a block, but it was a very good call there. It was clearly a charge.
So DeSiga, the freshman from Glendale, gets the offensive foul, and Santa Monica will need to inbound against the pressure of Glendale. Bree Nelson in the backcourt over to Delgado. Morgan Delgado now swings it ahead to Shannon Jan, looking for the baseball pass, but now she'll just put it into the front court over to Ashley Scott. Scott dribbling, double teamed. High post, Jamila Great goes to the basket and lays it up and in. Maybe she's getting hot.
2 in a row. After missing 5 in a row, she's made 2 in a row.
This lead was once 14 all the way down to 3, and they'll go right underneath to Pyros and have it knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Glendale. Again, Santa Monica playing without their top scorer, Imani Holloway. Bria Nelson picked it up a little bit earlier, and now with Jamila Great, last 2 attempts to the basket, she's converted.
This isn't a team that you want to let hang around with you, Santa Monica College, because they can go on runs.
Mejia with a 15-footer is going to be short. Jan with another rebound. Here's Bree Nelson. Long pass from Jan up strong. She won't finish, but she'll go to the line.
And that's a victory in its own. Like, keep getting to the line. She's been getting to the line consistently.
Good vision by Jan there. She saw Nelson breaking ahead of the field and whipped the pass ahead, maybe a little bit behind Nelson, but Bria was able to corral it and take it to the basket.
And the ankle looks like it's doing great.
And the free throw is good. Nelson 51% on the year, but now 4 of 5 tonight. make it 5 of 6. Lead down to 1. Santa Monica on a 15-2 run.
It's so much great when you have a player that you missed come in and step in like right for first game
Mejia
back.
with the runner is no good. The ball tapped out. Here's Nelson. Good play by Jan there. Nelson trying to break it down off the dribble. Will leave for Jamila Great. Here's Jan, top of the circle. She'll launch 3. Rattles the rim, pops out, rebound, comes down to Nicole Papoulis, the sophomore from Portland.
Nelson had good position, but that ball just held up in the air just a little bit longer.
Mejia goes to the rim, tangled up with Morgan Delgado, a whistle and a foul. 2 shots coming up. A bit of a bailout foul for Santa Monica. They were really, as I said, a 15-2 run. And now Mejia will need to go to convert free throws. Best free throw shooter on this Glendale team at 72%. She's made 3 of 4 today.
But what a success Santa Monica College had to turn around the second half of this first half. We were just saying they need to get it within single digits, and they're down by 2 right now with 1:36 remaining.
Delgado sits down, Killican back in for Santa Monica, and there's Mejia 2 for 2. Lead back to 3 for Glendale.
And you know, like with this team facing so much adversity this year with injuries, you know, this is such a great growing experience for this team.
Great down underneath, has it stripped and stolen. Mejia middle of the floor, Blaking for Glendale.
I would have liked to see a little bit more movement there by Santa Monica.
Pyros high off the glass, no. Shannon Yang with yet another rebound. She's got to have at least 8, Will.
She's just killing it on the boards.
Killican back to Nelson. Here's Jan for 3. Wow!
And we are all tied up here.
Under a minute to play, we're knotted at 29. Glendale once led this game 25-11. Mejia, return pass to Petrosian, bounce pass down the right baseline. DeSiga can't finish. Offensive rebound, put back up and in by Nicole Papoulis. 31-29 Glendale. Bria Nelson into the front court, gets around the double team all the way down, sends it ahead for Jamila Great, deflected and stolen. Papoulis gets the ball over to Mejia.
Nelson comes up a little slow there.
Teardrop, rolls out. Rebound Shannon Yan again for Santa Monica. Nelson on the fast break. Pulls up for 3. Yes! Corsairs, their first lead of the game. 10 seconds to play in the first half. Elsie Mejia for Glendale. 15-footer, rolls off the rim. Out of bounds. It'll be 1.2 seconds remaining. And Santa Monica will inbound the basketball. They have the lead, Will.
Yeah, great pass there by Brie Nelson. She looked like she came up a little limp there on the previous play, but way to step up. That's what your key players need to do. That's what winners do.
They inbound the ball to midcourt, and they'll go to the locker room with a lead, 32-31. And how about the last 6 minutes? It was a 25-11 lead, and now the Corsairs go to the locker room up by 1.
Great play by Brie Nelson. Jamel Great finally starting to find the baskets that she needed, and Jan, like, amazing job rebounding, like defensively, offensively, and hitting down some key threes. I can't believe they came back and they're winning by 1 right now. Like, such turnaround for the first 10 minutes.
How about the adjustment defensively by Lydia Strong to go to a zone defense to kind of confound Glendale?
It was a great call because they were running the court all up and down on them, and what kept them in the game was they weren't making the free throws. When you condense, make them attack, push it out, it's just a key to victory.
32-31 is the halftime score. We'll be going to our halftime report soon with David Yapkowitz. He's the 3rd member of our broadcast team. Ghazal Hassan and Will Polig with you here at Corsair Pavilion, SMC TV. Santa Monica 32, Glendale 31. Western State Athletic Conference Southern Division action here. And we're into the league schedule. The Vaqueros 1-1 in league play. The Corsairs dropped their first decision at Citrus, trying to even their league record at 1-1, despite playing without their best player, Amani Holloway, unavailable today. So look like I see Lydia Strong coming over. She'll have a conversation with David Yapkowitz about the first half. If you're watching, the cheer squad for Santa Monica College setting up. some kind of elaborate presentation here. It looks good in Corsair Pavilion.
Hopefully we get a good show here.
Got Jay-Z and Kanye playing in the background, adding to the ambiance, Will Polig.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go downstairs. We have David Yapkowitz with Lydia Strong.
Both Bree and Jamila really got it going there at the end of the half. They kind of, with a couple layups, some free throws there. With Amani out, are you going to look to them in the second half to kind of lead the team?
Yeah, we're hoping. I mean, Bree's hurt too. She got a bad ankle, but we're going to happily try to ride her, and also Jamila. Jamila was a little nervous early, maybe the cameras or something like that, and missed a lot of layups inside, but I think we'll be okay in the second half. They fought back. I'm kind of surprised that we came out as messy as we did, but I think they cleaned it up at the end, so we're winning by one. It's the bottom line.
Yeah, Glendale's defense was kind of swarming there with their press in the beginning. Did your team kind of settle down and kind of adjust to the press a little bit and the defense as the half went on?
Yeah, we expected it. We practiced it yesterday, but game pressure is a little bit different when you're in the game. So hopefully we'll talk about it in a couple of seconds and we'll clean it up and we'll be a little better in the second half.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Your defense was a really big issue in the first half. I mean, you guys were really swarming. You had that full court press, but as the game went on, they kind of adjusted to it a little bit. Do you think you're going to keep up with that press in the second half?
Yeah, we're going to stay with it. I had a few of our key players on the bench with 2 fouls, so that's why part of our defense kind of fell through in the second, towards the end.
They had a couple of players that got going there at the end. I mean, their second leading scorer, Bree Nelson, and then Jamila Great. Do you think your defense is going to focus a little bit on them a little more in the second half?
We just need to clean up our defense. We're not playing well right now, especially towards the end, and hopefully we'll change this next 20 minutes.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Gazelle-san, Will Polig with you. Thanks, David Yapkowitz. Had both coaches. Lydia Strong and Carrie Miller on as part of the halftime show. 32-31 the score. Santa Monica with the lead, and Glendale will put the ball in play. The Vaqueros in the dark jerseys, the Corsairs in the white. Outside left, Beltran, baseline, Sanchez, wraparound pass to Mejia, and she'll miss from close range, but up and in by Pyros.
Good ball movement there.
Full court pressure from Glendale off the putback. They lead at 33-32. Whipping it ahead is Jan, but out of the reach of Ashley Scott. Turnover, ball over to Glendale. Second half starting like the first half began.
Yeah, playing some pressure defense, full court press. Good ball movement by Glendale, and Wade come up with that offensive rebound and finish.
Here's Pyros in the middle of that zone. So good adjustment by Carrie Miller. They're attacking the seams of the zone, and here's the turnover. The ball stolen by Balbuena, trying to get it inside, but Corsairs recover it. Here's Killicon into the front court for the Corsairs. Hands off to Bria Nelson, who did not start the game, but she's out there for the start of the second half. Here's Jamila Great from in close, and that one rolls in. Third straight layup for Jamila.
She's finishing now. She's finding her rhythm, found her shot. She's got to just stay on it. Hopefully it keeps falling.
35-34, Santa Monica trails Glendale by 1. Thanks for joining us on SMC TV. Balbuena with a three-pointer from the left wing, no good. In and out of the hands of Bree Nelson, gets it into Shannon Yan. And
Great
Yan
save.
ahead to Ezra Killicon.
Great save there by Nelson.
Bree Nelson has been a factor here tonight for Santa Monica. Brought them back from a 14-point deficit. Here's Jamila Great.
How nice is it for Coach Strong to have her back in this lineup?
Ashley Scott misses it wildly, but Shannon Yan with the putback, and Shannon Yan's been effective on the offensive and defensive glass.
Yeah, I think that's about 10 boards now that she's had.
Brenda Balbuena is strong to the basket, but she gets called on the travel. Santa Monica 36-35 over Glendale. Glendale led at one point, 25-11. Santa Monica went on a 15-2 run to erase that lead. Morgan Delgado checks in for the Corsairs, gets it into Ashley Scott, who's double-teamed, and steps on the line yet again, Will.
Yeah, that's the third time she has stepped on the line. Again, you got to know where you are on the court. You got to know how to control your body.
Turnover to Glendale. Inbounding is Gabriela Beltran. Gets it into Sanchez. Jessica Sanchez, wraparound, return pass to Beltran. It's blocked. Sanchez saves it in. Balbuena recovers it, skips it left, deflected, but recovered by Glendale. This is LC Mejia. Mejia outside left for Balbuena. Low post, Pyros, nice spin to the left. The ball tipped out of bounds by Bree Nelson, but it'll go off of Vaquero, so it'll go over to Santa Monica. 17:56 to play in regulation, 36-35, Santa Monica by 1.
Hey, let's see if Santa Monica can go in a little run, give them a little bit of a cushion this lead.
Wild pass in the half court. The pressure culminates in a turnover for Glendale.
It's remnants of the first 10 minutes of the first half. Poor ball handling skills, sloppy play.
Nelson with the Sanchez miss right to left. In stride to Killican. Timeout, Lydia Strong.
It's a good timeout right there. She was being trapped. She had 3 players around her, had nowhere to go with the ball.
36-35, and Santa Monica, they confounded Glendale a little bit with that zone defense, but in the early going here, it looks like Carrie Miller, head coach at Glendale, has made some adjustments, and they're taking it right at the seams of the zone.
And another thing I want to point out, like I know we're only 2.5 minutes into the second half, but no fouls yet by each team. By this point in the first half, Santa Monica College already had 3 or 4 fouls on them. So let's see if they still try to attack them, put them on the line. But they have to be smart about it.
Head coach Lydia Strong for Santa Monica must have an embarrassment of riches because she's got 8 players today, Will. She's had to play with 6 each of the last 2 games.
Yeah, two extra bodies can go so far. I mean, when you're playing with 6, you only have 1 sub. Basketball, it's a tiring sport.
Again, pointing out Imani Holloway, 6-foot sophomore from Santa Monica, leading scorer for the Corsairs. 14 games. She started all 14 games before 3 games ago, averaging 15 points and 9.8 rebounds per game. The best player on the team unavailable today for the last 3 games. Santa Monica, not coincidentally, Will, has lost their last 3 coming into tonight.
Coach Strong is really hoping to having Bree Nelson this lineup today is really going to pay off, and so far it has.
36-35, Santa Monica by 1.
I have a feeling we're going to see her quite a bit in the second half. I think the ankle's good to go. I think they can push her a little bit here.
Tony Truitt, the freshman from View Park, checks in for the Corsairs. She'll give the ball to Bria Nelson. Bree looking inside, gets it into Delgado. Delgado travel with that. And the ball over to Glendale.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen as much post play as I was expecting from Santa Monica.
Outside left, Balbuena. Baseline, Pyros. Short corner gets it. 37-36, the Vaqueros up by 1 on Santa Monica. Full court pressure from Glendale, that's what they do. They induce 28 turnovers a game. Nice job by Santa Monica to break the pressure. Here's Great. Strong to the bucket.
Ooh.
Now she can't miss, Will.
She's on fire. It's like NBA Jam. She's heating up.
A tale of 2 halves for Jamila Grant. She's got 9. Mejia playing catch with Beltran. Beltran, nice little scoop pass underneath, laid up and in by Pyros. 39-38 Glendale. Here's Bree Nelson, ahead to Scott. Scott attacks the rim. Rejected by the underside of the backboard, and now here's Glendale left to right. Beltran leading the break.
Got numbers.
But
They
pass,
had numbers, but they couldn't capitalize.
they still lead, though, 39-38, but a lot closer than it was in the first half, Will Poling.
Santa Monica College is finishing at the rim more so this half than the previous.
Glendale full court pressure. Delgado gets the inbound pass and then shovels it off to Nelson, who skips it to Scott, but is deflected and stolen.
I don't like those long passes. Like I understand the defenses are playing. You got to find the open player, but those long passes, they don't always pay off.
Pyros, little bunny in the lane. She's the freshman from Village Christian High in Sun Valley. Came in averaging 12 points a game. Ball loose on the floor at midcourt. Held ball. It will go over to Santa Monica.
They're playing very enthusiastic defense on this Glendale side. Santa Monica's having a hard time finding those lanes.
Glendale does a nice job. They hold opponents to 36% shooting. And as I mentioned, they average 28.4 turnovers forced per game. Here we go again, loose on the floor. Held ball, this time it'll go over to the Vaqueros. But you gotta like the way the Corsairs are hustling after those loose balls, Will.
Both teams are playing all out here. Just gotta control the sloppiness.
Second half kind of starting like the first half did for both teams.
I think that's gonna be the key to victory. What team plays the least sloppiest?
Beltran with the 19-foot jump shot. Lead is now 5 for Glendale. Up the right sideline, Jamila Great is stripped of the basketball. Picked off Sanchez, trying to pass it down low for Beltran, knocked out of bounds by Truitt for Santa Monica.
Great
It'll
defense
stay with the
there by
Vaqueros.
Truitt. Great defense by Truitt.
Tony Truitt got the start today out of View Park, the freshman. Inbound from Beltran to Sanchez, rejected by the side, but she stays with it. The ball's still loose, right into the hands of Beltran, who lays it up and in. Gabriella Beltran, the sophomore from Roosevelt, came in averaging a tad under 10 points a game. Lead is 7 for Glendale, and now Santa Monica turns the ball over.
Yeah, Santa Monica has to find an answer to this. I think it's about time for a timeout. I'm kind of surprised one hasn't been called yet. This lead's growing pretty quickly here.
Corner jumper from Gabby Beltran, that's good. 4 straight points for Beltran, 47-38. 9-point lead. 8-0 run for the Vaqueros. Ashley Scott dribbling around some pressure. She's double teamed by Mejia and Beltran. Free throw line, turn and faces Truitt. 15-foot jumper is good. And now Santa Monica gets a timeout, Will.
Great basket made, but I'm kind of confused, like, why to burn a timeout there, like after you make a basket. And maybe you could build some momentum on that as opposed to before that.
Perhaps there's a wrinkle in the defense. They're not attacking. They're supposed to be attacking. 47-40, or there's something defensively they're not doing. In the first half, you remember, it was a 14-point lead for Glendale, and then Lydia Strong's team went to that 2-3 zone, which confounded Glendale a little bit. They were just shooting way too many jump shots, and all of a sudden Santa Monica came back, went on a 15-2 run and took the lead.
Yeah, and another thing, that Santa Monica fouled in the first half early, and that put a lot of pressure on Glendale. They weren't finishing at the line. Maybe they need to go back to that philosophy. Put them on the line, see if they start missing, get back in the groove.
You notice the foul ledger is clean for both teams. No fouls on either team so far. In the first half, I think 5.5 minutes in, Santa Monica already had 18 fouls, and Glendale was already in the bonus.
Yeah, it's tail 2 halves here. I mean, it's still early. Santa Monica, I mean, they're not out of this. It's only a 7-point.
No, they rallied from 14 points in the first half, so certainly 7-point lead, far from insurmountable.
I mean, this is kind of where I saw them being in this point anyway, when they were down by 14.
Jamila Great on the floor with Bria Nelson, Ashley Scott, Morgan Delgado, and Tony Truitt. That's the 5 for Santa Monica. Elsie Mejia out on the floor, Jessica Sanchez, Gabriela Beltran, Brenda Banuelos on the floor for Glendale City College, along with Samantha Pyros. Elsie Mejia, 5'5" freshman from Garfield, into the front court. Brenda Balbuena, and it's stolen. The entry pass is stolen by Truitt.
Looking like a linebacker, stepped back, intercepting that ball.
Bree Nelson, handling for Santa Monica. Here's Ashley Scott, the freshman from Crenshaw, lobbing it inside for Nelson. The return pass. So a little give-and-go action between Scott and Nelson. Didn't quite work out, but a good idea.
May want to come back to that later in the game. Nelson had a pretty clean look, just couldn't grab that ball.
She's getting good looks as Nelson. Glendale in the attack. Mejia for Beltran. She's been burning Santa Monica of late.
Yeah, they just have to get into that front court to give her more looks.
Pyros down underneath with a bounce pass across to Gabby Beltran.
I love the ball movement that Glendale has.
They do. They share the ball well on offense, and they also get after it defensively. Beltran misses the little bunny inside, but Sanchez comes away with it, lays it up and in.
You see, you can't give up 2 offensive rebounds in a row like that. You're going to lose every time when you give up offensive rebounds.
Bree Nelson parts the double team and draws the foul. I thought she maybe had lost the basketball. We'll get our first foul of the second half. That'll go on Elsie Mejia. So the first personal and first team foul. And it's 49-40. Santa Monica trails by 9. Glendale in the lead. They've led by as many as 14. Free throw line, Delgado steps back. 12-footer, no good. Rebound, Sanchez. Glendale running, that's what they do. Balbuena. Right baseline, Sanchez, turnaround is short.
Another
Beltran
mistake.
saves it in.
I mean, I see Santa Monica got the ball there, but you gotta close that rebound out.
What was that Kentucky-Arkansas game where the box out cost the team the game the other night? Ashley Scott dribbling on the right side, working on Mejia. Delgado down on the corner, working on Pyros. Scott skip pass left side. Here's Nelson for 3. Short to the left, rolls out. Truitt fighting for the rebound, but it'll come down with Beltran. Here's Mejia into the front court, streaking. Blocked by Scott. Ashley
Great
Scott
block.
takes
Great
it and
block.
goes right to left.
Slow it down.
Scott does not have numbers, takes it anyway, and draws the foul. A little bit out of control.
Way out of control. I mean, plus side, she's going to get to the line. But you got to see the numbers there. You don't have any help. Why take the low percentage? Pull it out, set up your play. I mean, but with that said, she's getting line, and she looks like she's hurt. She looks injured there.
Scott hobbling a little bit. She's down just to the right of the free throw line, as you can see. I don't know if you're shielded from view. We'll have a little bit of a break in the action here. 12:54 to play in regulation. Santa Monica trails by 9, 49-40. Corsairs led by 1 at the half after trailing by 14 in the first half, Will Poling. And that zone defense kind of brought them back into it. But in the second half, seems that head coach Carrie Miller of Glendale has made some adjustments for the offense, particularly moving both Jessica Sanchez and Gabriela Beltran down on the baseline against that 2-3.
Even more so the defense. I mean, all the turnovers they're creating on this press defense, they look great. And Santa Monica hasn't had an answer for it. I mean, they look like they're trying to cut into it. They're getting some good looks, but I mean, they just got to stay with their game plan here.
So Ashley Scott leaves the floor, and shooting free throws for her will be Shannon Yan, who checks in as a substitute. Yan, the freshman from Culver City, averaging 6.5 points a game, is a 61% free throw shooter. She's been gobbling up the rebounds here tonight. She has 9, I believe, unofficially, and the first one rolls in.
And at this point in the game, this is a good time to have her back in there because you're getting crushed on the offensive boards.
Yan eyes the rim. And that one rolls off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Beltran for Glendale. Middle of the floor, Balbuena. Balbuena outside right for Petrosian, who's checked in. High post. Beltran cycles it out.
Look at that
Here's
ball.
Pyros. Yeah, good ball movement. Tonga. Balbuena. This is Pyros. Pyros working against Nelson. 9 to shoot for Glendale. Gabriela Beltran with a travel. Eyes got too big for her stomach. Saw an open lane and dragged the back foot.
And that lane was wide open. Critical mistake for her there. Would have put them up by 11.
49-41, Glendale by 8, and the pass into the front court is stolen by Glendale, but out of bounds, it'll stay with the Corsairs. Truitt will trigger it in for Santa Monica. Truitt, Nelson, Great, Yan, and Delgado on the floor for Lydia Strong. High post, Great. Outside the three-point arc now. Bounce pass right baseline. Morgan Delgado step back. Rolls off the rim, no good. The ball still loose in the middle of the floor.
And
picked off.
Yan in there almost getting another rebound.
Petrosian, left to right for Glendale. She'll throw it up, has it blocked by Truitt. Rebound Delgado. Here's Bree Nelson, her first game back since December 20th. 3 from Shannon Yan. In and out, hard break, but Jamila Great puts it back up, can't finish. Beltran with the rebound for Glendale. Brenda Balbuena in the front court. And a foul.
And Nelson's going to start heating up here. They need her to get her shot back.
She thought she had that steal. It's her first team foul on Santa Monica.
Hard to believe her first personal foul when we had upwards of like 12 fouls in the first half.
Beltran in the near corner. Balbuena, high post back to the basket. Pyros puts it up and in. Nice move by Pyros.
Yeah. Beautiful. That was textbook. She just spun around, just got her arm around and got through the body.
Great all the way to the basket and lays it up and in. 51-43, Glendale
Great
by
steal.
8. And here's Bree Nelson with a steal, but on the line.
See, she knew where she was. There was nobody up there, but at least she knew where she was. Santa Monica College needs to do a better job of what she just did, knowing where she is on the court.
Nelson last played December 28th, has not played in the last 2 games for Santa Monica, but her ankle looks fine. Here's a 3 from the right wing from Celine Gomez. Back iron, bounds out. Shannon Yan there. She's got to be in double figures now with rebounds. Ill-advised pass up the right sideline, deflected out of bounds by Anna Tonga. The Corsairs will maintain possession well.
Yeah, if there's one negative I could put about Jan's play, 'cause she's been playing incredible under the boards. She takes too many long passes down the court.
51-43, Glendale by 8 against Santa Monica. Here's Jan handling on the left side. High post, great, back out to Jan for 3, and that's good. Corsairs back within 5.
And that's her third 3 of the game.
Mejia right back, and she answers back with a 2. Jan,
it kind of feels like Santa Monica should be losing by a lot more than they actually are right now. That's very good for them, considering how dominant Glendale has been in this half.
Truitt to the basket, nice job with the right hand.
It looks like they've answered that defense.
53-48, lead down to 5. Mejia with a travel, and the ball will go over to the Corsairs. Glendale seems to run out to a lead and plays a little bit sloppy, and they kind of let Santa Monica creep back into it, which they've done here. They were down by 10, and now they've cut that lead in half with a 7-2 run.
And they've done it without putting them on the line.
Let's see if that comes into play. Definitely came into play in the first half. Missed free throws helped Santa Monica get back in it. Nice little crossover move by Bria Nelson. Now she'll launch from the left wing. That's short to the left. Out of bounds. It's deflected out of bounds off of Mejia, so it'll stay with Santa Monica.
Going that smaller lineup again with Killigan in. Another ball handler.
Nelson, Killigan. Truitt, great in there, along with Shannon Jan. Right of the basket on the baseline. Here's Jan off the inbound. Back out to Truitt. Killigan thought about 3. You know she wants to take it. 20 to shoot for Santa Monica. Ezra Killigan, and she'll have it blocked.
It just looks like she just wanted to shoot that ball.
Worked to get her shot off, but it was rejected, but it'll stay with the Corsairs. 9:53 remain in regulation. Glendale 53, Santa Monica 48. Thanks for joining us on SMC TV.
16 left on the shot clock.
Nelson into Jan. Jan just outside the paint. I don't know why she stopped dribbling there. Here's Truitt, left wing on the near side. In front, Jamila Great. 7 to shoot, stolen.
Not a good pass.
Celine Gomez.
Not a good pass at all.
For Glendale. Sanchez with the fake, rolls around Brie Nelson, lays it up, can't finish. Tony Truitt and Jan both there for the rebound for Santa Monica.
You can't make lazy passes at the college level.
A lot of coaches don't even want you doing that lateral pass because they know most of the time it comes back the other way. Truitt along the baseline, too strong. Great with the rebound, but has it knocked away and taken away. Elsie Mejia, middle of the floor for Glendale, all the way. Short off the rim, rebound Brie Nelson for Santa Monica. Does not have numbers, it's 1-on-3. She'll have to slow it down. No, she'll pull up and she'll hit.
See, I like that she makes the adjustment. She sees she doesn't have the number, she'll step out, and then she'll shoot if she has an open shot. She doesn't rush it.
53-50, Glendale by 3. 10-point lead all the way down to 3 for the Corsairs. Pyros, wraparound pass. Mejia, back iron, hits the heel of the rim, bounds out, fighting for the rebound. Killican on the floor with Mejia and Sanchez, and held ball will go over to Santa Monica.
Been a fair amount of jump balls this game. I think that's our 4th jump ball.
8:41 to play in regulation from Corsair Pavilion, 53-50. The Vaqueros of Glendale City College lead the Corsairs of Santa Monica College. Elsa Killican and Tony Truitt go to the bench. Back in is Ashley Scott along with Morgan Delgado for the Corsairs. Nice to see Scott back in. Maybe she just cramped up. Had left the game earlier with what seemed to be a lower leg injury. Nelson outside, 15-footer. That's an air ball. Rebound Anna Tonga for Glendale. Elsie Mejia, the freshman from Garfield, runs the show for the Vaqueros. Tonga into the corner for Sanchez. Skipped into the near corner. Here's Gomez for 3. Back iron, bounce to the left side. Shannon Jan there to gobble it up. Tied up underneath with Tonga. Held ball will stay with Glendale.
She's definitely dominant under that rim.
Jan's got to have about a dozen rebounds by now. 8:15 to play in regulation. 3-point lead for the Vaqueros. Tonga leaves. Brenda Balbuena comes back. Balbuena, the 5'7" freshman, Huntington Park. Sanchez inbounding right on the basket on the baseline. Mejia, back iron, bounds out, hits the floor. Glendale will keep it. Celine Gomez with the rebound. Fresh 30 seconds. Balbuena, right wing near side. Mejia on the dribbles down beneath the baseline. 17-foot jumper rolls off the rim from Pyros, rebounded by Great for Santa Monica.
They play so unselfish basketball, does Glendale.
They do share the basketball. Deflected, Bree Nelson keeps possession for Santa Monica. Corsairs have 15 to shoot. Delgado underneath, double teamed. Traveling. Timeout called by Santa Monica. Lydia Strong seen enough.
It's following the same pace as the first half. Glendale came out very dominant in the first half, playing very pressure defense, and they kind of slowed off on that and allowed Santa Monica back in this game.
53-50, 3-point lead, 7:38 to play. Well, if you told Lydia Strong before the game, hey, coach, you're going to be down 3 with 7:30 to go, she probably would have taken it, seeing the last 2 games she only played with 6 players. 8 healthy players today. Again, the Corsairs playing without Imani Holloway, their leading scorer and rebounder, the 6-foot sophomore from Santa Monica. She's the only player returning from last year's team. So as we talked about in the pregame, Will, Coach Strong knew this was going to kind of be a rebuilding year here, but it's been kind of beyond what she even expected with a couple of injuries and some defections. Bree Nelson finally getting back into the lineup today, and she's paid dividends for Santa Monica.
Yeah, and they're still talking playoffs, too. They believe they're making the playoffs. I've talked to players on this team, to the coaching staff. They all believe the playoffs. This team believes in themselves. And, you know, that's huge, like going to games like this in close games. When you believe in yourself, you can accomplish so much. Confidence, it's everything.
Before the game, Santa Monica came in. They averaged just under 60 points a game. They probably wanted to play this game in the 50s. The pace right now favors Glendale, but 2 big runs. Santa Monica currently on a 9-2 run. They had a 15-2 run in the first half, and that's what's kept them in this game.
Finishing at the rim, great. She had missed like 4 in a row, and she went on a run, making 5 in a row. Great rebounding, and let's just say it, Bree Nelson's been playing out of her mind.
Bree Nelson, Jamila Great in that second part of that second half, and Shannon Yan have really kept the Corsairs in this one. Balbuena outside left for Glendale. They lead by 3. The lob inside for Sanchez. Nice entry pass, laid up and in by Jessica Sanchez, freshman out of Roosevelt. 55-50, now here comes the full court pressure. Nelson, middle of the floor, right where you want the basketball. Ill-advised pass there, picked off by Gomez. Mejia skips it for Balbuena. She's wide open for 3. Yes. So the timeout seems to have played into Glendale's hands. They know on a 5-0 run, and we'll get a foul against Ashley Scott against Glendale. I believe that'll go on Brenda Balbuena.
They're going back to that full court there.
Third on Balbuena, 4th team foul. Or excuse me, 4th team foul on Glendale. Here's Jan. She'll launch an NBA 3, and she'll hit.
Wow. Wow, that is deep. That was deep.
58-53, lead clipped down to 5. Shannon Jan doing it all. Balbuena running the offense for Glendale. Left side, Mejia. She'll try to answer. Back iron, bounds right. Rebound comes down to Jamila Great. Ahead to Ashley Scott.
It's good to see Scott back out there.
Trying to get it to Nelson. Balbuena left to right for Glendale. Against Jan, lays it up. Can't finish. Shannon Jan with the defensive rebound. Hits the floor. They're going to call her on a travel. Slams the ball to the floor in frustration.
We had over 20 fouls in the first half, 10 minutes to go, and we only have 4 fouls now.
Celine Gomez with the air ball, and there'll be a foul called underneath on Mejia against Shannon Yan, trying to keep her from getting the rebound. So that will be the 4th team foul on Glendale. The previous one was the 3rd. That'll be the 2nd foul on Mejia. And Truitt will come back for Delgado, and the full court press set up by Glendale. Nelson to Jan. Jan to Scott. Scott in the open floor. She'll take it all the way to the cylinder. They're going to say on the floor. They won't count the shot. She'll go to the free throw line.
Fifth team foul for Glendale.
Yeah, there's no free throws there. Gomez. So Celine Gomez gets called on that. 15 foul on Glendale. Here's Jan with the 3. Short to the right. Rebound, Tony Truitt. Truitt strong off the glass, can't finish. Gets her own offensive rebound, resets with Nelson.
Great
Fresh
job
30.
getting back outside to reset.
Skip pass, here's Shannon Yon for 3, air ball. 58-53, Corsairs trail by 5. Sorry, Will.
I like that she got it out there to reset the play. Didn't go up there attack. She didn't have great body position to force up there, so she didn't try to.
LC Mejia for 3. 28% from beyond the arc on the year. Drains that one, though. Came in averaging 12 points a game for the Vaqueros. Nelson hangs in the air, puts it up, won't finish, but she'll be fouled. So Sanchez picks up her 4th, 16th foul on Glendale, and now going to the line is Bree Nelson. Was 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half, misses that one. Coming into the game, a 51% free throw shooter, 29 of 57 on the season. Prepped at Rancho Verde High School in Moreno Valley. That one rolls out.
Great rebound.
Truitt back up and in.
Great offensive rebound there.
Arms on that play. Tony Truitt taking advantage of her long arms and putting it back up and in. 61-55, Glendale by 6 over Santa Monica. A 3 for LC Mejia is short to the left. Rebound comes out to Santa Monica, and Shannon Yon will be fouled. And she'll shoot 1 and 1.
From going from having 13 fouls in the first half to 1 foul with 5 minutes left. Great change of play here by Santa Monica College. I guess they didn't really want to get in that foul when they have such a small bench.
Mejia with the 3rd foul, 1+1 coming up for Shannon Yon. Makes the first free throw, does Yon, a 61% free throw shooter. She'll get a bonus. Played 35 minutes in the loss against Citrus on January 8th. Prior to that, played against Skyline on December 29th, had 16 points in 26 minutes. Back iron, bounce out, offensive rebound though by Ashley Scott. Bounces it out of bounds off Glendale. Santa Monica will retain possession. 61-56, Glendale by 5. They led by as many as 14 in the first half, 10 here in the second half. Bree Nelson with the inbound. Yon for 3. Oh!
Wow.
That's a Lamar Mundane. Rainbow out of the sky through the hoop.
3.
61-58. High arcing jumper. Pyros into the corner. Here's Beltran, won't finish. Misses the jumper, but she's fouled. How about Shannon Yon?
Wow.
NBA 3 from the right side and that long high arcing 3 from the near side.
Looking like Reggie Miller out there.
61-58 off of Yon's 3, and now Beltran to the free throw line. She struggled but gets a bounce there. Beltran on the year, a 58% free throw shooter. Last year, though, in 2 games against Santa Monica, missed all 6 free throws, and she makes them both there.
I think this is the first time they've been to the free throw line this half.
63-58 turnover.
If I'm not mistaken. Is that the first time?
Glendale, you may be right. And Balbuena with her 4th foul. And Carrie Miller now chewing the ref's ear a little bit.
Yeah, this could be trouble for Glendale. They have 8 fouls. Santa Monica still has 3 fouls to give.
Truitt, the best free throw shooter on the team at 87%, makes the first free throw. Tony Truitt, freshman, View Park High in LA, averaging 4.5 points, or 3.5 points and 4.5 rebounds per game coming in. Has played in 15 of the 16 games, and she made them both. 63-60 lead down to 3 for Glendale. Here come the Vaqueros. Balbuena in the front court, double teamed, stolen by Bree Nelson. Nelson lays it up and in.
Way to finish, way to finish. Bree Nelson playing out of her mind.
Mejia unmolested down the lane, puts it up against Truitt, and Truitt will be called on the foul.
And Nelson looked like she came up a little limp there, but she's playing through it, and she's playing through it very well.
So 4th on Truitt, the 3rd team foul on the Corsairs, and Mejia will go to the free throw line for Glendale. 72% free throw shooter. She's their best free throw shooter on the floor by far.
The Corsairs, they're winning the battle here of the fouls. They still have 2 fouls to give. And Glendale's 2 fouls away from going in the double bonus.
And she misses the first one. The Vaqueros as a team shoot 57%. By comparison, Santa Monica, a 59% shooting team from the free throw line. Mejia makes 1 of 2, lead is 2. 64-62, 4.5 minutes to play in regulation. Scott, long pass ahead for Nelson on the left side. Nelson skips it back to Scott, 19-footer. That's going to be short, rebounded by Celine Gomez.
You're shooting the ball too quick. You got to run some of that clock off.
Glendale left to right. Balbuena, baseline for Beltran. Gabby Beltran kicks it back out for Elsie Mejia. Celine Gomez, she'll launch 3. Yes! Gomez, her 23rd tray of the year, pushes the lead out to 5. Nelson trying to regain the handle. The freshman from Moreno Valley, right to the rim, lays it up and in.
What a move, what a move. Way to hit that baseline. Quickest way to 2 is the baseline. I've been trying to get that in all game.
Lydia Strong's philosophy, 67-64, 3-point lead for Glendale. They'll have possession when we resume action. All right, you're Lydia Strong, you're in that huddle. What are you telling the team?
Just stay focused, play your game, don't foul, and let's just go out there and get this W. Let's play clean ball. Find the open player.
Down 3 here with 3:49 to play. I don't know that Santa Monica can really sit back in the zone right now. They kind of need to be a little bit more aggressive against the Vaqueros. Not too aggressive, although they do, as you mentioned, they have about 4 fouls to give.
Yes. And they have 2 fouls to give before they even get in the put Glendale in the bonus. So, I mean, if it's an open shot, go ahead and knock it, fail them, you know. Rather have an inbound than 3 points, you know.
Tony Truitt on the floor with Bree Nelson, Shannon Yan, Jamila Great, and Ashley Scott. Truitt has 4 fouls for the Corsairs. Glendale sends out Gabby Beltran, Brenda Banuelo, and they get a turnover. Elsie Mejia out there with Celine Gomez and Samantha Pyros. Jan whips it into the front court for Scott, off to Jamila Great, who has to fumble it a little bit, gets it off to Nelson. 3-point lead for Glendale. Here's the high screen from Truitt. 19-footer straight on, in and out, no good.
Great.
Jan with the rebound is pulled down and will get a foul on Beltran.
Jan's been playing huge today with all those offensive rebounds that she's been pulling down. She'll shoot the 1-and-1.
Came in averaging 8 points, 8.2 points, 6.6 rebounds a game. All-around player, the freshman from Culver City, been very active on both ends of the floor, hit a couple of big threes as well. The 1-on-1, it rolls in off the back iron, front lip, and it goes down.
She's played very impressive today, knocking down some big threes, keeping them in this game.
Here's the bonus, and that bounds out, rebound by Balbuena. And now in the backcourt, Balbuena is fouled by Ashley Scott. So that'll only be the 4th team foul on Santa Monica, just be another inbound for Glendale.
3:26, 2-point game. What a game this turned out to be.
67-65, Glendale leads Santa Monica by a single bucket. Full court pressure now from Santa Monica. They're gonna foul Balbuena again, Ashley Scott again, but it'll only be the 5th team foul. Her 2nd personal. And now Beltran will need to inbound it again. Gets the ball into Celine Gomez, back to Mejia. Elsie Mejia, middle of the floor to Brenda Banuelo. Ahead to Pyros, underneath, lays it up and in. Truitt couldn't afford to pick up that 5th foul.
Great body position there.
Nelson dribbling, left side Scott. Short corner will pull up and hit, and 1.
And 1.
So Samantha Pyros will get called on the foul there. That's first personal, 10th team foul, so the and 1. 69-67, and now Scott will have an opportunity to go for the traditional 3-point play. 57.5% free throw shooter. Has a chance to draw Santa Monica to within a single point. Scott spins the ball in his hand, and that one misses off to the right. Rebound Beltran for Glendale. Mejia into the front court for Glendale, just right to the rim. Lays it up and in, and one for her this time.
Way to finish. Way to get the foul and close at the net.
Mejia, leading scorer for Glendale, 12.2 points per game on the year. She's also their best free throw shooter at 72%. So it's 71-67 off the bucket, a 4-point lead. 2-possession game. And now Mejia, with 2:55 to play, can make it 5. She got it. 72-67. Here's Scott up the right side. On the line, we've talked about that all night, Will Polwick.
Yeah, that's the 4th time that's happened to Scott. Maybe
Mejia.
she just should not run up the sideline.
Balbuena working on Nelson. Resets with Mejia. 15 to shoot for Glendale. Right wing near side, Celine Gomez. Mejia again, teardrop, no good. Ball out of bounds, it'll stay with Glendale.
I don't know about that call.
Shannon Yan agrees with you, Will.
Yeah. It kind of looked at like Beltran had a finger on that ball.
Beltran nearly stolen by Great. Ball was never inbound and it will stay with Glendale. 72-67, Vaqueros lead the Corsairs. 2:27 to play. Glendale with the lead. Pyros loses the handle. Resets, though, middle of the floor with Balbuena. Right wing near side, Gomez for 3. Yes!
That could be a nail. Let's see how Santa Monica comes back after that shot. 2:09 left.
Plenty of time, an 8-point lead. Scott, middle of the floor, ahead to Yan.
You don't need to rush it. You don't need a 3.
No.
You have time.
Errant pass stolen by Glendale. Under 2 minutes to play, 8-point lead for the Vaqueros. 75-67, Gomez for 3. Back iron, bounds out, Truitt with the defensive board. She's immediately tied up, held ball, will stay with Santa Monica.
1:44 left. You don't need a 3 yet. You know, take what the court gives you. We're not at the point where you gotta start raining down 3s.
Here's Nelson. Puts it up and in. 75-69. Mejia for Glendale, trying to cross over, loses the basketball. Just like you mentioned, Will, no need to jack up 3s here. The way this game is going. Here's Great off to the baseline. To Scott, back out to Nelson. Nelson will step into a 3. Off to the right.
Got away with the travel there.
Rebound to Beltran for Glendale. 75-69, Glendale by 6. 65 seconds to play. Timeout, Glendale. Carrie Miller wants to talk it over. And again, you mentioned it. You said you don't need to go for the quick 3. They got a bucket after the turnover on the other end. Bree Nelson wanted the 3 really, really bad. Didn't even really look for a 2 opportunity. Missed the shot, now Glendale back the other way.
I mean, you had the steal. That's a 4-point turnaround right there off that steal at the basket you just made. You want to eat it. You want to eat at that lead. I mean, you have to get to 75 to tie the game. I mean, I know 3 gets you there quicker, but you want to take the more sure shot.
And just the way it's been going, Santa Monica has had good luck. Bree Nelson has had very good luck attacking the rim.
The whole team has. They've done a great job. Like early they were missing shots like left and right, but now they're finishing at the rim. Stay to your strength. Keep it in the paint. Maybe get a foul. Get put on the line. They're in the double bonus.
Bree Nelson, Jamila Great, Shannon Yan have kept the Corsairs in this one in the absence of Imani Holloway, their leading scorer and rebounder, unavailable today.
Bree Nelson's looking a little limb coming up. She's a warrior out there.
Ashley Scott left the game a little earlier with a leg injury. She's limping a little bit. Bree Nelson has a tweaked ankle, but she's playing through it. Jamila Great, Shannon Yan on the floor, Tony Truitt, and the aforementioned Nelson and Scott. For Glendale, Celine Gomez, Elsie Mejia, Brenda Balbuena, Samantha Pyros, and Gabby Beltran. Outside left, this is Balbuena. Beltran, Gomez, right wing. She's a three-point specialist. Jan trying to foul her intentionally, but can't. Balbuena for three. It's going to be short, through the hands of Truitt. Beltran with the rebound, and this could do it. Now they got to try and foul. Under 40 seconds to play, Celine Gomez. And she'll be fouled by Jan. It'll be 1-1.
It's about time. Like, what are they waiting for?
They lost about probably 6 to 8 seconds trying to foul.
And when you have two players to their one and you don't come up with that defensive rebound, I mean, that's a disaster.
Gomez will go to the free throw line. 45% free throw shooter, and she misses the front end. Rebound, Shannon Young. 33 seconds to play. Here's Scott racing up the floor. Now they need a three. Scott to Nelson, and Nelson turns it over. Mejia fouled in the backcourt by Great, and she'll shoot 1-1. So they got what they wanted. They got the miss on the front end. They couldn't convert.
I mean, it's still a two-possession game. 22.3 seconds, as we all know, is a long time in basketball.
But I mean, I go back to when you said they made the bucket to make it 6, and you said they don't need a three, and then Bree Nelson threw up the three, and they, since then, and Elsie Mejia drains that one. She's the best free throw shooter on this Glendale team at 72%.
See, now this is where it starts to get dicey. Now it's a three-possession game. You want to try to, like, when you're in this position, you want to try to keep it to a 2-to-1 possession game.
But the old football adage, you just want to extend the game within one score. Scott, double team, middle of the floor, Jan. Jan has it taken away by Mejia. Mejia for Glendale, dribbling in the backcourt.
And
ahead to Beltran. And
that should about do it.
Balbuena. Under 10 seconds to play. They'll just cradle the ball on the sideline. No, they'll keep it middle of the floor. Mejia on that painted visage at midcourt, and it's over. The horn sounds, and the Santa Monica Corsairs put up a game effort, but they dropped the decision 77-69 to the Vaqueros of Glendale. Glendale goes to 11-8, 2-1 in league play. The Corsairs fall to 5-12, 0-2 in league play. And I know you don't believe in moral victories, Will Polig, but playing without Imani Holloway, this Corsair team had a chance to win this basketball game, and there's got to be something said about that.
Well, absolutely. And then you have a player like Bree Nelson come back and step up and play like a leader, like the leader she is, and have such a big game. And Jan hitting those threes and those rebounds. I mean, a loss is a loss, and you want to win, but you can build on losses. You don't win overnight. You have to learn how to win, and this team is learning how to keep it close, be in games, be there, and they're very young. They're going to be there.
One returning player from last year. They had to reshuffle the entire deck, kind of a rebuilding year, and they played today without their best player, Imani Holloway, and they still, for about 37 minutes, gave Glendale, who'd come in. They'd lost their last game. Before that, they've been winners of 4 straight, 6 of their last 8. They've already surpassed their win total from last year. They're nearly doubled it with the win tonight, and they hung in there for 37 minutes, and they'll get there playing a little shorthanded today. Hopefully, once Imani Holloway comes back, that'll give the Corsairs a little more depth, a little more opportunity, and a little more options for head coach Lydia Strong.
Yeah, they need to do a better job of controlling the ball and watching those sidelines, too. Poor mental mistakes. I mean, again, they're a young team. It's understandable. You got to grow from it. Let's see how they grow from this loss.
77-69 the final score. Glendale knocks off Santa Monica. We'll have our post-game interview coming up. I see Lydia Strong across and David Yapkowitz waiting down in the corner there. So we'll have that post-game interview when we have an opportunity. And hopefully we'll have a couple more of these games for you on SMC TV, Will Polig. I know you're going to be calling one sooner than later. And you'll get another opportunity to watch this team under Lydia Strong play. And if you watch her over the years, she's a great teacher of the game, and she's great in terms of teaching these players character. But she wants to go back to where she was in 2008 when she was winning conference championships.
Yeah, this team has a lot of upside, a lot of potential. I don't think it's too far off to think that. When your team's injured, when you have players hurt, when you have key players hurt, it's hard to win. I mean, we both know at this level, it's hard to win. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. And, you know, they just got to stay focused and keep moving forward.
We're waiting for David Yapkowitz to have the post-game interview, but before we do that, I want to thank all of our crew. Obviously, first want to thank Athletic Director of Santa Monica College, Ricardo Hooper, for getting this whole project together. Our crew tonight, Brandon Burke, Jess Kim, Kevin Gleason, Frank Cox, Kais Gamam, Rio Fujimaki, Troy Jun Choi, Basam Naifar, Sun Choi, Paul Aguirre, Jennifer Herrera, Dulce Gutierrez, Daria Dotson, our director, Gail Fetzer, our executive producer, Brad Lemon, and myself and Will Polig. It's been great. Hopefully we'll have the interview coming up soon. But the final score tonight, Glendale 77, Santa Monica 69, and we'll send it down to David Yapkowitz at courtside.
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
It seemed like every time SMC made a little run there, you guys had an answer for it with a clutch shot. Would you chalk that up to being, I know most of your team is freshmen, did they show really good poise for a young team?
Yes, they did towards the end of it. We weren't playing the best, but they did have some poise and kept the lead in their composure, so that was very big for us.
Your defense was still very key in the second half.
Yes.
Did you think that was a huge reason why you guys were able to pull out the win?
Yeah, definitely. We were much better defensively. Still had a few mistakes, but we were much better, we were able to keep the lead because of that.
Thank you. Congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
It was a tough loss there. It seemed like each time you guys made a run, they'd answered with a clutch shot. With a couple of mistakes you guys made there, with some passing and things like that, with your team being really young, is that kind of like the growing pains that you have to go through?
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up. Yes, it is. I mean, we're all freshmen right now, and it definitely shows sometimes. And you try to get them to do the right thing, and they're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Wow!" But it's part of the game, with freshmen. So hopefully, next team will figure it out by Saturday. It'd be nice.
So you gotta just start it off in conference now. How do you kind of see the team progressing as games pick up, as you start playing a little more conference games, in terms of, how the standings might shape up?
Well, I think if we get healthy, we'll be okay. I mean, Amani's out, and Bree, she's our point guard. She was hurting tonight, but she gave us as much time as she could. I think when we get them both back at full strength, I think we'll be a lot better than we are now.
When you guys made a little bit of runs there in the second half, some of it was sparked with Shannon's threes. Is that something you've been working on? Is that she's been improving on, or is that part of the regular offense?
Yeah, Shannon's got great range, and once she gets going, in the first half she didn't want to shoot, which I don't understand that, but when she finally got to shooting, yeah, she's really good. She's aggressive inside, and she also shoots a beautiful three. So if we could have got her the ball more a little bit late, I think we'd have had a different outcome.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Nice job there. Extra pass to Nelson for the layup. Elsie Mejia lays it up and in.